Holla Warriors. I promised that I would check in with you a bit more, so I'm going to stick to my part of that bargain. Um, so, a few things really I want to say to you. The first is, I all hope you're feeling okay and you're feeling well. And, I keep saying this because I know you're probably all feeling a bit poop like me. But we can all dream, ladies. We can all dream. But I just want to talk to you today about Menapace Plus. Um, I didn't have any for about 2 weeks. I'm way too tight to spend it on myself. I think it's about £16 for a pack of 14 days, so 2 weeks. So they tend to have 3 for 2 offers in Boots, but the Boots that my husband goes in, they never have the three. So we think it's a bit of a con. But my husband will pay for them for me, and I am so tight that I won't. So I was out of him for about 2 weeks. Never really said anything to him until it was in past. And I was like, oh, I need Menapace Plus, and he went and got it for me straight away. But I think they actually do something. I buy the actual Menapace Plus, and I can't tell you the week, 10 days that I wasn't taking them, my night sweats increased tenfold to the point that 3 days I woke up in the night to use the loo and I couldn't even get back into bed. It was soaking, like sopping. Now I've been back on the Menapace Plus for a week, and none of that have happened again. And my husband, who actually makes the bed, I'm quite vocal about how my husband is domestic god. So and we were stripping beds again. It was that bad. So I do think the Menopace Plus works, ladies. So I do think it's worth investing in £30 a month if you can afford it. Although it infuriates me, these things are not on the NHS, because I think had it been something that was going on for men, I think it would have been on the NHS years ago. But that's another story altogether. So that's the first thing. The other thing I want to say is that at times I think we all feel a little bit hopeless, because I just think that there's just no light at the tunnel. And as I said to you, every time I have irregular periods, there's part of me that thinks, praise the Lord, this could be it, and it's never it, but we can dream. But you know what? The menopause don't care about anyone or anything seriously, does it? So I haven't had any time off since December. And the truth of it is I'm just nowhere near productive as I used to be. What would take me 8 hours in my office now probably takes me 16 hours. I have days where I'm on fire and I fly, and then I have other days where I have a couple of migraines, I have terrible brain fog, and I just feel hazy. It's really weird. So I can still work, but everything takes me 10 times longer to do. So I'm just not as productive as I used to be, and so I tend to find that I'm spending all my time down that office because it's taking me longer to do work. So thank God I got a nice office to sit in, because I would be even more dire. But I am just praying at some point, as I start to feel better and these hormones balance, that I'll be more productive. I'm better than I was a year ago. I couldn't even look at my vlog a year ago, because I think I would have a complete meltdown, because it was my lowest point actually in this journey over the last 6 to 8 years. It was just really bad, and I'm not strong enough to kind of go back and see, because I'm still deep in the woods, ladies. I'm fighting through the trees. So I'm not out of the woods yet to kind of look back and go, wow, that's how bad I felt, because I'm still feeling quite poorly. And that's what I was going to say. The menopause halts for no one. So I've been much better with my sleeping, because my insomnia on this menopause, it's died, especially when my anxiety's bad. So I'm, as you all know, because I'm quite vocal, I'm taking the body identical treatment. So when I take the 12 days of Diaz-Sutton, my anxiety is so bad. And I'm on the last day today. So my anxiety is at the top of that Richter scale, where, we're at the edge. So it's really tough actually, because you just can't, again, that's what I keep saying, this is out of our control, and it's really frustrating, but I can't control it, and I just wish I could. I feel I'm like 1 second from falling off the edge of a cliff. It's just awful. It's just this awful feeling inside constantly. And today, so last week, I'll tell you about last week, and then I'll say to you about today. But so last week, um, I was off. I've been off all this week. I haven't been in the office. I had to go in last week and clear up a fair few days, which is why I didn't really have my first day off till Friday. But I've been doing stuff. I took my mum out, and I've been out with my hubby. We've gone for ice cream, and we've gone for food. So I've kept myself busy, and I found I've been so tired early. I think coming out of the office late every night and having that period of wind down makes me tired later. My body clock is really bad. So I have learned something this week that I need to, whatever I do, get my routine in that office better regardless, because I'm not being productive if I'm in there till 10 o'clock anyway. So I've just got to get out earlier to get myself in a better routine, because I've been up 7 o'clock every morning. I've slept better, and I've been asleep last night. I fell asleep on the bed by 10:15, which is really good actually, because at this point in my uterus and my anxiety is so high that sometimes I struggle to have a 4 hour sleep. So I found I'm in a little bit of a better routine not being in the office. So that's been a good thing, although I have to go in today for a few hours. I know thought of opening my emails gives me anxiety, but hey ho, it is what it is. So I've had a week off, and I've had migraines every single day. Some days I've had 2 migraines. It's infuriating. It's infuriating. The one day me and Mr. S were on our way out. We're in the car, we're just chatting, and next thing, I can feel it straight away. As I say to you, I got somatropin migraine tablets in every single place, in every room, in my house, in every bag. So I took a tablet straight away and managed to subside it, but only for a short period of time. But you just think, oh, please just go away. Just for like, give me a couple of days, just a couple of days. But no, no. She's just this nasty little witch that's just hanging around constantly, waiting to poke you at every opportunity that she gets. So that's a bit infuriating. So, I, even though I've enjoyed the week off, I would have enjoyed it a bit better if my anxiety levels hadn't been bad and I hadn't had migraines every day. But this is just the life, the new life. That's what I keep saying. It's just a new adjustment to the new way of life. And I just got to keep telling myself that, otherwise it gets me down. So it's the new normal, I suppose. But I just don't want it to be the new normal. And I will end you on actually today. My husband and my son are both in work. My husband's a head teacher, as you know, so he's back in work today. And my son is working for his dad, so he's in work. And it was the first morning I got up at sort of 7:10 and nobody was here. Now, it's only 9:15 now, and I've only been up for sort of 2 hours, but it actually feels like an eternity. And I've almost had about 3 panic attacks, so I've got to calm myself down, and I'm going to go and do some gardening. So I thought I would just talk to you about it, because I think when I speak to you a month down the road, I forget how bad I've been and the things that have happened and what have occurred. So, yeah, it's been bad today, really bad. And do you know, usually my husband would text message me to say he was in work, and I'm normally sleeping, because he would text message me about 8 o'clock, and I normally don't get up till sort of 8:10, 8:15. So I would be sleeping and wake up to a text. Well, this morning I was up. So I text him this morning to say have a great day, etc. And it was only probably half an hour before he texted me back. And, you know, I understand that he has to drive to work, etc., etc. But I was a donkey on the edge, and I was pacing. All these thoughts had come into my head. And then he texted me, and I was thinking, he's just so ridiculous. So it's just an example of how our thought processes and what it used to be and how it's changed, and how we have to adapt to the new normal. And I knew it was being ridiculous, but it didn't stop me having a panic attack and wanting to text him again. And the truth of it is, if he was driving, he couldn't text me back anyway. And I know he's really, really busy, because he's opening a new school and there's a lot of things to do. He's a lot of transfer over this week. So I know he's got a lot of things on, but, donkey on the edge. I was a donkey on the edge. So today I'm going to do some gardening. and I have to do a few hours of work, but that's okay. I hope you're all keeping well, ladies. As I keep saying, we have to adjust to the new normal, and it's not pretty, but it is what it is, and we have to stay on this roller coaster until it's time for us to get off. Please take care of yourselves, and as I always say, please, please, please be kind to yourself, because if you can't be kind to yourself, no one else can be kind to you. You've got to stop being selfish. Through this phase in our lives, we got to be selfish and put ourselves first. I will check in with you at some point over the next week. Take care. Peace out, warriors.